Barcelona, Spain's second largest city and the capital of Catalonia. It is known for the world-famous Sagrada Familia church, the Barcelona soccer club, and for its world-class food scene. But what happens when a storm cuts off roads and railways out of the city with no way to get back home? Join us as we take you along our Barcelona adventure. Listos? Vamonos! It was a rainy start for our weekend getaway to Barcelona. It had been raining for days, and just the day before our trip, I shot this video from our balcony. The rain out here has been incredible. I mean, it's been raining all morning. I woke up at 7 and there's just been no break in the rain. We're supposed to go to Barcelona tomorrow to go visit some family that'll be there, landing in Barcelona, and I don't know if that's gonna happen. But we were hopeful that the rain wouldn't interfere too much with our weekend plans. First thing we had to do was hop on the C1 train in Gandia and head to Valencia. We were prepared with the necessary items: food for the kids and coffee for the adults. The rain was definitely affecting every town we passed en route to Valencia. So we're stuck in Cartarroja, right? Stuck in Cartarroja, there's a tree blocking the train tracks, so our train isn't moving. We're hoping to get to Valencia in time to get our train to Barcelona. We'll see. We'll see. Luckily, we made it to Valencia with just enough time to make our transfer. The train from Valencia to Barcelona takes just about 3 hours, so of course we had to grab our girls a second meal for the second leg of our trip. It was a quick 3 hours. After a pleasant train ride, we arrived at the Barcelona Sants train station and made our way to our hotel. We found a nice little 2-bedroom apartment a half a block away from the Sagrada Familia, and after dropping off our luggage, we made our way to a rooftop cafe to see the real reason we came to Barcelona. My maternal grandmother. An aunt and an uncle had just completed their Mediterranean cruise and were in Barcelona for the weekend before heading home. I was over the moon to see my family, and to sit there with them as we overlooked the city and this beautiful church is a moment I will cherish for the rest of my life. The following morning, we enjoyed breakfast at a cafe and then let the kids play in a park near the church as we got ready for the day. My grandmother and I were to take a tour of the Sagrada Familia. This church is simply the most original piece of architecture I have ever seen. Antoni Gaudi's modernist masterpiece, which has been under construction for 140 years, is so full of detail, it takes your mind a little while to account for everything it is witnessing. Sculptured scenes depicting the birth of Jesus on one side of the church, and his death and crucifixion on the other. Upon entering, you're transported into a world of countless towering columns and patterns brightened by the colors of the stained glass that can be seen coming from every direction. The interior mimics the exterior as the stained glass on the birth side transmits the blooming colors of spring, while the glass on the death side produces the fading colors of the fall. In any direction your gaze happens to wander, you are struck at the uniqueness of Gaudi's imagination. After a great tour of the church, my grandmother and I went off to join the rest of the family for a meal on Barceloneta Beach. We enjoyed a delicious seafood lunch with the family, and then walked the beach as our girls enjoyed watching the crashing waves. The following morning, we found out that the road and railways heading toward Valencia would be obstructed for the foreseeable future. So our train just got canceled because of the rain, the Dana Alice, which has been affecting us for over a week now, right? And so we stay in Barcelona another day. Unexpected, but hey, we'll make the best of it. Our first stop was La Boqueria. Known originally as the Mercat de Sant Josep, its origins date back to the 12th century where it was an open-air market. As of 1853, the market transitioned into a formal indoor market offering foods from the fresh and healthy variety to the fried and tasty. The kids sampled what they were curious about, and Sue and I did the same. La Boqueria does have produce and butcher shops available, but the vast majority of the stands are offering food and drinks to go. After eating our fill, we picked up some beautifully decorated desserts and continued on down the Rambla. We made our way to the Plaza Catalunya, which our girls very aptly renamed Pigeon Park. We jumped on a hop-on hop-off bus to try and see as much of the city as we could. We eventually hopped off to explore another of Gaudi's works. Parc Güell is a sprawling complex of parks, pavilions, viaducts, and gardens that overlook the city. It was originally built as a housing project mimicking British garden communities, but it was eventually bought by the city and opened as a public park in 1926. Its large open square is beautifully decorated by vibrant mosaic art along its exterior and supported by 86 columns underneath. These eye-catching mosaics were everywhere to be found in the park, from the famous dragon staircase to the ceiling on the column labyrinth and everywhere in between. Our next stop was Barcelona's own Arc de Triomphe, built as a symbol celebrating its cultural and scientific progress instead of a military victory. Just past the Arc is the Parc de la Ciudadela, which aside from being a large green space also houses a zoo and the Castle of the Three Dragons. Aside from enjoying the large green space, we also had fun feeding some of the local birds. After a while, daylight started to wane and so did our energy. We found some good Mexican food for dinner and ended our day with one last paseo to the Sagrada Familia. Day or night, the unique majesty of this church is undeniable. Luckily, the following day the roads had cleared and we were able to book a bus ride home. I hope you've enjoyed this video and thank you guys for watching. Hasta luego.